Well, after all the confusion from the CDC, the agency is trying to clean up its messaging. CDC Director Rochelle Walensky admitting the agency missed the mark on clear communication and confirming that she is now receiving media coaching. Joining me now to discuss is Matt Schlapp, American Conservative Union Chairman and author of the new book, The Desecrators. Matt, great to see you. So here we have Rochelle Walensky telling us, I got a media coach. Don't worry, we're going to clean up the messaging. Matt, that strikes me as maybe missing the problem with what's going on at the CDC. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think this is where the left really, it's interesting because they own messaging in this country. They own Hollywood. They own Madison Avenue. They got all the star-studded writers in the world to help them craft the words they use. The problem is their policies don't work. Mask mandates don't work. Vax mandates don't work. This virus is a real threat that the communists created and have inflicted on the whole globe. And we all just got to get a good dose of common sense. And what the CDC has done is just double down this idea that if you elect Joe Biden, we're going to have these policies that are going to contain the virus. And I think they overpromised. They way underdelivered, and they pushed a $2 trillion package through Congress, and I don't think they even bought a test out of the deal.
Yeah, you know, you hear the media consultant thing, and you say, you know, I think the CDC thinks it's just slicker messaging. It's not that they've gotten the guidance wrong. It's just that, you know, we haven't found the right way to talk to the public. But I think a lot of people are saying, no, we want a way to live through and out of this pandemic. That's what you're not giving us, CDC. Give us something that can work in terms of a life going forward. Matt, isn't that what people are really asking for here?
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. And look, they want us to level with them. They've tried to spin them, and they've seen the holes in the argument. Think about the CDC saying that cloth masks don't work after they spent nearly telling us that we had to wrap our kids in them every day to stop the spread. And now they're saying it really doesn't stop the spread. You have to wear a super duper mask. Think about the CEO of Pfizer saying that the vaccine offers some protection, maybe keeps you from getting a very virulent form of it, but it's just a minimal protection after they told us that if we mandate the vaccine and make everyone take it, including our kids, it'll stop the spread of the virus. Just level with us. It's a serious threat. Don't spin us. But the Biden administration, they keep spinning us. I'll bring up one other thing, Brian. Where's the Secretary of HHS? It's like he's invisible. He's in hiding. The cabinet is in hiding. Where are the Joe Biden cabinet secretaries to try to allay the fears of the American people? They are all hiding, except for Mayor Pete, who hasn't been hiding because he's gotten so much bad press for his paternity leave. Beyond him, when do you ever hear about a cabinet secretary in the Biden administration talking to the American people?
Yeah, it's a good point. Not just the wrong messaging, but a lack of messages at all from some of the most important folks. But Matt, I want to get your take on a new report claiming the White House, and this is very related, plotting a, quote, public reset following the president's sinking approval ratings and a failing agenda. Jen Psaki, White House press secretary, saying this earlier today about the president's first year in office. Take a listen.
There's been a lot of progress made. We need to build on that. The work is not done. The job is not done. And we are certainly not conveying it as.
Matt, what's the progress there? Can you help the American people understand the progress they're building on? Because I think a lot of people are just saying that actually is the problem. Matt, your thoughts?
If death is progress and a failed economy is progress, then they're doing a great job with that. I mean, what you had with President Trump as a businessman used to fire people rather regularly, and the press kind of mocked him at that. But if you weren't doing your job, he'd get rid of you. Can you imagine if there had been a supply chain problem or a bus problem or a barge problem in the Trump administration? I think he would have flown out there and he would have been like Patton directing traffic. It would have been solved, or at least mostly solved. And what you have with Biden is that you love this word, and my wife Mercy and I were laughing about it today, reset. You know why that's such a great word for the Biden administration? Do you know what? It's perfect. It came right from those slick consultants. It means nothing. Reset means we're going to try the same thing all over again. We're going to use different words. Hopefully it works this time.
Reset is the button you pressed on your Nintendo when you'd lost the game and you just needed to start over. I don't know. Maybe that's it, Matt. Maybe that's it. We're out of time, Matt. Always good to see you. Thanks so much for joining.